Hi, my name is James Cooper. I am the President and CEO at the Vallejo Chamber of Commerce, and I'd like to welcome you to the Women in Business, Health and Politics event that's being put together by the Vallejo Chamber of Commerce. This is the first time we've done an event like this. It is a very, very interesting event focused specifically on women entrepreneurs and women in various fields that are here to share their experiences, their triumphs and their tribulations in their careers. And they're also here to mentor some of our young ladies that are going to high school. It's really important for the Chamber and for our community to have events where you're bringing together the young as well as the experienced so that you have this mentorship and you have this continuity in knowledge. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm excited that my board chair, Marisela Barbosa, has put this together. I'm looking forward to a great event this evening.
Hi, my name is Marisela Barbosa. I'm the 2017 board chair of the Vallejo Chamber of Commerce, and we're here on our Women in Business, Health and Politics event. We're excited to be surrounded by young students also from the local high schools, academies, and we are going to be hearing from inspiring women in politics and business and health. We are ready to get the program started. Thank you.
Always knew I wanted to be in a public office and public service. It was my way of giving back something to this country for having taken my grandparents in and not only giving us a chance to survive, which we obviously did, but gave us an opportunity to survive, which we obviously have. Challenge, and I didn't realize until I was a little later on in my career, and I'm an attorney by profession, balancing the needs of my family and my own personal life with the needs of the public. And for many, many years, it was the needs of the public that took precedent to everything. And my family helped me with my children, and I had my mother and my mother-in-law. I couldn't have done any of this without them, but I was very goal-driven and very upwardly mobile. I started the Assembly, and then I ran for something else, and then, of course, the House of Representatives. But the biggest challenge I had was putting things in perspective, and it wasn't until a little later in life that I realized that it's a balancing act, it's a tough act, but unlike when I was younger, I would never put anything in front of my family again, and I didn't learn that until I got quite a bit older. And now I'm really old, and I'm really glad that I finally came to that realization. So I think that was the biggest thing. Career, family, it's always a challenge for women, more so than men.
Your advice to women and young ladies who would be interested in getting involved or getting into politics?
I love this question. I learned early on that if you don't have a place at the table, chances are you're on the menu. I don't want to be on anybody's menu. I want to print the menu. I want to decide what's going on. And so that's why I demanded a place at the table. For me, my life hasn't changed much since in high school. I was student body secretary. When I got to college, I realized that women could be president too, and so I was student body president of my university. Always knew I was going to run for office. Came back from law school, started my legal career and my political career. And my advice to all the high school people that are here: do it.
My name is Dr. Chris Walker. I'm a family physician at Kaiser Permanente, and I just want to say how moved I was by the event today. I'm the father of 2 daughters, and I would love nothing more for them to be driven forward professionally and in leadership. And I found today's event both inspiring and educating, and I was just moved by it. And I think the world is going to be a better place as we move forward because of the great women, not only in this room, but the women that they'll inspire going forward.
I wanted to give you some statistics about women in health. In 2015, 13.3% of women age 18 and over are in fair or poor health. 13.3%. I don't know really what the definition of fair or poor health is, but the good doctor will tell us more. The leading causes of death among women are heart disease, and that's 22.3%. Cancer, almost 22%. And chronic lower respiratory disease is 6%, and that's asthma, emphysema, and stroke, which is at 6%. And this information is all from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention.
You're absolutely right. There are specific diseases that are number 1, 2, and 3 in our nation for our women. Heart disease, cancer, stroke, lung disease, those definitely are up there. There are 4 main root causes that I think we can talk about here today, and probably really relevant for successful women given everything that Shelley has said today. It's a little bit of an honor and quite humbling to be on this panel with such successful women. And I think all of us have had moments where these 4 things have gotten the better of us, and probably in this room too. But we have ways of fighting these statistics by sticking to some 4 basic principles. One of them is getting your preventative care. How many of you have ever delayed getting to the doctors? You put that test off 1 more year. I don't want to get on that table. I don't need my blood work. Everything's fine. I feel great. The second is we put off medical symptoms. Often a woman comes in and says, oh, it's been going on about 6 months, about 9 months. And when we go into the doctor's office at the first sign of a symptom, that's when we can prevent it. That's when we can get on top of it. It's really important to make sure that if you have the first sign of something wrong, we seek help. We ask everyone we take care of to do that, and yet we will put ourselves on the back burner if we have a symptom. And so I think, again, we can beat those statistics by looking for early signs and going in and asking for help. The other 2 are a little tougher. Stress and mental illness. We don't like to face that. We're strong for everybody else. If we're not strong, then everything's going to break. And the fact of the matter is, the biggest strength we have is standing up and saying, I am the one that needs help. That takes probably the biggest amount of courage. When we hide it is probably when we have the most pain and the most to lose. We had pretty significant mental illness in my family, and the worst times in our lives were when we were hiding it. The best times in our lives were when we were getting some help. And so I encourage you, not just for those you care for, but for yourselves. If you're stressed, if you're overworked, if you are suffering from depression or anxiety, help now is way, way more important than delaying it or hiding it. It does come out. It eventually hits you. And then sometimes it hits you at a breaking point that's hard to come back from. The next is even more difficult to talk about, but has to be exposed, is violence. There's physical violence, emotional violence, mental and sexual. And that occurs outside of our room as well as inside of our room. And those lead to so many of the conditions that you hear in our statistics. Again, when we're not well, when we are hurt, what happens is everything else is going to hurt around us. It's okay to say you need help. It's okay to be in one of those situations and say, right now, it's not that I'm going to get help for someone else, I'm asking for help. And I think getting your preventative care, dealing with medical symptoms right away, handling mental illness and stress and being willing to admit it, and really opening your heart up to saying, yes, there's violence even in my own home or in my own situation, and getting that help are probably the 4 main actions that any woman in this room can take in order to prevent every one of those statistics that you just mentioned.
Hi, my name's Danielle E-Henderson, and I just moved back to the area after graduating from college, and I'm here to start my career in financial education at Travis Credit Union. Today was a fantastic event inspiring women, old to young, to be themselves, to be empowered. Powerful women empower others. And I learned today that we should always be encouraging each other and that we should always be uplifting one another to help us achieve our dreams. There is no can't, there is always just do. We should always be there for one another. And I am inspired about all the women in Solano County, in Vallejo, about them being my mentors, about being my support system to help me achieve all of my dreams.
Let me tell you the reason why I chose real estate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I just thought about it. When I purchased my own home, I wasn't an agent. And the guy that sold me my house, he was a good friend of mine. So we purchased the house and we were all happy and there were no inspections done, nothing. We moved into the house and realized we have a place where we have a non-permitted room. There were some challenges with the electrical work and I was like, he sold me this house. That's not fair. So, you know, because we were friends and I had known him for years, we just kind of bear with it and we went ahead and made the proper corrections. But then I said to myself, I will not ever allow another person to purchase a home and have the experience that I did. And that's what made me say, okay, I'm gonna get my license, even if I don't use them right away, and because I didn't right away. I said, when I get my license, I'm gonna make sure that I be fair with every client that I deal with. And a lot of my clients, when they don't pay for inspections, I pay for them myself. Because I wanna make sure that when I want to be able to sleep at night. I have a conscience. I remember when I was in high school, and we used to have people come speak to us all the time, and then they disappear, and you never see them again. I like to make ourselves, and I'm putting them on the line because I know they feel the same way because we all have the same hearts. We're here to speak to you all. Reach out to us. We're here to help and support you. We're here if you have questions, if you have doubts, we're going to turn those doubts around. So don't ever let anyone tell you, well, like I said, I can't do that. But we are reachable. We're touchable. We're locals.
I'll tell you, when I was 4 years old, I grew up in Richmond, California. I grew up in a very poor household. We lived paycheck to paycheck and sometimes didn't even make it to the next paycheck. And I had an insane dream because Marine World Africa USA came to my school with a chinchilla. They came with some other animals also, but I fell in love with this chinchilla. I was 4 years old in kindergarten. I went home and I told my mom that I was going to take care of chinchillas for the rest of my life. And she asked me to dream a little bit bigger than that. So I changed that dream and I had an outrageous dream that I wanted to ride on killer whales. That became my dream. And I fulfilled that dream because I had faith and because I had a supportive system and people around me and people that I could go to and ask for help, ask for guidance, and they led me in the right directions. And I ended up at Sonoma State University. I was taking class in sciences. I ended up actually studying business with a minor in psychology because really what I do with the animals is all about behavior. And my mom asked me to get a job when I was in school. So I started at Marine World Africa USA. So they came to my school when I was 4 years old. When I was in my first year of college, I went there. I was able to get a job as a hostess. I got to know the trainers. They helped me find the path to be able to get a full-time position. I was able to volunteer. I would highly encourage volunteering. You are of service to other people, and when you are of service to other people, doors will open for you. They open. It is absolutely amazing, and you build confidence whenever you are serving others. And that happened for me. And I volunteered for a year, a full-time position opened, and I lived my dream, and I got a job working with killer whales and dolphins.
Wow, that's amazing. The challenges that you have overcome to get where you are today?
So I would say that the biggest challenge has been me, and really believing in myself, gaining confidence, because when I have faith in myself and when I work on my confidence, and I still struggle with confidence. Look, ladies, all of us in this room probably, from the time I was young until now, we all deal with confidence issues at one time or another. And that is where you lose each other, your friendships, to uplift each other and remind each other of the beautiful people that you are. And it helps you to gain that confidence again. And it helps you to make decisions that are in your best interest. And so my greatest challenge has always been me.
And thank you, ladies. Oh my gosh, it really is such a privilege to be here. I mean, I hope you guys are at least half as inspired as I have been by hearing their stories and the questions they answered. It's just really incredible. So I started in real estate myself also 12 years ago when I had my oldest daughter, and all of a sudden it was, we weren't playing adult anymore. I needed to be an adult, and I needed to make those choices and decisions to be able to give the life and opportunity that I wanted to give to my girl. And so it was just so incredible when they talk about support networks. I joined the Chamber of Commerce in Vallejo. And Verna, Frida, I mean, Erin, these women are legends in this community because I'm not the only one that they've touched and raised and said, join the business community, do what you want to do and go after it, and supported me through those efforts. And then even further said, well, being a part of this community means more than just being a good business owner. You need to also give back to your community. You need to now reach out to others and raise them up and support them. So to be here tonight, I mean, I can't even begin to describe to you the feeling it gives me. I do have to laugh a little bit about the comment about controlling your emotions because as a councilwoman, I've been on the front page twice now for choking back tears. I do get emotional. But in a good way. So, but I do want to say a few things to you ladies. It definitely is all about your passion and what you're good at and what you want to go after, and don't let anything get in your way. There's always going to be obstacles. Those obstacles are there to find out how much you really want that goal. You have to have a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And there's nothing more that is going to keep you on your focus than saying, okay, this is my goal. And reaching out to your network and saying, what does it take to get to that goal? And then following those steps every single day, doing a little action every single day to get towards that goal. And sometimes life will happen and you'll get off track. But if you have that goal and that plan, you'll get back on track and you will succeed. You're not always going to succeed. There will be failures along the way, but those will just grow your passion that much more and saying, that's not going to stop me. That's not going to be the end of my story. I'm going to be bigger than that. And you will be. I know you will be. So as honorary chair, my role was to brainstorm with Marisela to identify a woman that has been a door opener in our community. And tonight, we would like to recognize Erin Hannigan.
No. I'm really shocked. Thank you so much. I appreciate the recognition, and I have always been and will continue to be a strong supporter, particularly of women, and not to diss the men, but I think, in the career of public servants and being as visible as we are when you are an elected official or in a role as a chair of a chamber or, a doctor at a hospital, all of us are very visible in our careers. It's just heartwarming. Thank you so much. But it makes me feel just that much more passionate about helping women in our community. I'm a member of Soroctimus International of Vallejo, and we've got several SIOB members here. And one of the things that I'm very passionate about there is we provide scholarships to young ladies who are going to college. So when you're ready to go to college, you need to come to Soroctimus. We give out $5,000 scholarships. Last year, we did $5,000 to 6 ladies. Wow. This year, we're going to I'm going to ask to double it. We have more money. Please come to Soroctimus International Vallejo and apply for those scholarships.
Hello, my name is Rebeca Vega. I'm here at this beautiful event of Women in Health, Business, and Politics. What I learned about this was to go big and bold, whatever you like, what you desire, and I really loved how empowering this conference has been to me, and it makes me want to go more into depth of my dreams and go for whatever.
This evening I learned that in order to be successful, one needs to surround themselves with a network of strong, not only women, but men who understand where you want to go. That way they can give you the right guidance to get you there. We can have all these dreams, but fear many times holds us back. So we always need those people to push us forward and to remind us the greatness that we have within each other to be able to fulfill those dreams and create the impact and serve the people that we want to serve. I see the women in this community truly coming forth and stepping up and showing up and really taking taking control over their community and being at the table. And I hope to one day be one of those women to be at the table. I am now as a community advocate and leader, but I hope to see myself grow in that aspect and to bring others along with me.